What's up, you fuckers? Young Oorah here. Almost stumbled on my words there a little bit. But today is gonna be another awesome video request. I'm gonna try my best to push all these out because I have a shit ton of video requests to do. And I've been having a lot of time to do it. So let's cut to the chase. We're gonna get started right now. So let me pull that shit up right now. This guy, okay, is called Josh Anderson. Shout out to you, bro. So he says, "Hey Leatherneck," I got some cat fur on my nose. "Hey Leatherneck, I have a question for you about the reserves. What do you guys, as in your unit, usually do on a drill weekend? Okay, could you make a video explaining what drill is like? That is, if you can, since I know you talked about OPSEC in the past. Thank you for considering that. I appreciate it. Thanks. Keep them videos coming. They're enjoyable and very informational. And P.S. Is your AR full auto or were you just being quick on the trigger?" This was a video comment on my Arizona video comment where I freaking went almost full auto on my AR. As for, is it full auto? No, sir, it isn't. Just got a fast trigger finger, alright? Just gotta keep practicing pressing that trigger. Alright, anyways, so to answer your question, okay? What we do on a typical drill weekend, okay, at least for my unit. Every unit's different. Every unit's deployment readiness is different, okay? Especially on the reserve side. There's some units that are non-deployable. There's some units that are deployable, okay? And depending on how well funded you are, you know, the more prepared you're going to be and well trained that you're going to be. But as for my unit, we don't do much on a drill weekend. It's a lot of busy work. There's a lot of paperwork that we usually do on the drill weekends that we had to catch up on, like frosh calls, making sure that everybody has their ID, everybody's caught up on, you know, the Marinet courses, which is, you know, online courses that you have to take while on your own time. Some of them may take a long time. For example, the Humvee courses. The Humvee courses are a bitch to finish, especially mixed in with their schoolwork, your work, and you know what other errands your unit wants you to do on your own time, and you know, fulfilling your Marine Corps green side shit like your PFT, CFT, physical fitness, and all that. And if you own weapons, I would suggest just go out there and just practice your fundamentals, because your range score contributes a lot to your cutting score when you want to promote and all that jazz. So Humvee courses take forever. They're like 10 hours long. You know, or when we go on base, you know, we sit through really boring classes, annual classes that we have to fulfill every year as Marines. So we spend the majority of the days, depending on the drill weekend, on, you know, freaking finishing up those classes. And, or we do, you know, depending on what section you're in or what platoon you're in, you might do some training on your MOS and get proficient at it and stuff like that, and get more familiar with it and get updates on, you know, the new stuff that's coming out. You PT, obviously you have to PT. At least I know for my guys, we PT for quite a long time, and you know our NCO kills us. I am sweating my balls off in here, guys. I know I always say I'm sweating my balls off, but it's because it's true. I am. Like every day it's been like a couple 100 degrees, like it's like 100 degrees, 100 plus, you know, at lowest 95. In my room, it's like a heater, okay? But anyways, going back to the freaking radio request. So we do all that during the drill weekend. What else do we do? Majority of the time we do some working parties, okay? If you're a corporal, you're gonna be supervising. If you're a lance corporal below, you're gonna be, you know, doing the shit work. A lot of times you're just gonna be, honestly, like, I'm gonna be real with you guys, there's a lot of times where you're just gonna be in a smoke pit just smoking your brains out like a chimney, because sometimes you struggle to stay awake, you know, so you kind of need a nick hit, or just driving around a lot. You know, there's gonna be places that you need to go to and you have to drive there, especially as reservists. A lot of people drive from very far away, even fly on base. So there's a lot of driving around a lot and spending a lot of gas money on going from point A to point B and shit like that. But honestly, a lot of times, like, you're just in a smoke pit just shooting the shit. I don't smoke on a daily basis. I usually only smoke when I need that hit, where I'm just really absolutely tired. Because sometimes, you know, I don't sleep well or whatever and crap like that. Now, these are some of the reasons why a lot of people get demotivated when they're on the reserves. There's not a lot for reserves to do as a whole. Actually, at least for my unit, when it comes down to being a Marine. But however, you're still held to the standards of a Marine. And if a lot of people feel hopeless, they feel like, you know, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this anymore. But let me tell you something. In life, this is just a life skill. In life, when you're faced with an issue that seems like bullshit, you need to face the problem and deal with it. And a lot of times, people don't understand that. They blame the Marine Corps, saying they got green weenied, which equals meaning they got fucked over by the Marine Corps. Okay, yes. In a lot of ways, you can get fucked over by the Marine Corps, but there's also a lot of ways where you can get fucked over by anybody. You just gotta learn to deal with it, because everybody's in the same shit that you're in. Everybody's feeling the same way. Okay, don't be that cancer that starts all this unmotivational bullshit. Okay, and be motivated to be there. See, look at the bright side of things. Look at the don't look at the negatives. Look at the bright side. Like, what for me, the bright side is, you know, building camaraderie with the guys around me. In my opinion, in the Marine Corps, camaraderie is probably the most important thing that anybody can have. And that's what I look forward to when I go on base, is for that camaraderie and that you guys are all brothers in arms. At the end of the day, and I said this many times in my videos, at the end of the day, your job is here is to serve a country. At least attempted to serve it. You attempted to serve your country. You know how many people out in the real world who won't even attempt to serve the country? But guess what you did? You signed those pieces of paper. Now it's your job to deal with it. It's your job to be motivated and deal with the bullshit, because you're doing the bullshit for the people that you're protecting. Okay, let's be real here. All right. So because your unit doesn't do anything, find stuff to do. Like, for example, if you're at home, all right, focus on being a better Marine, meaning that, like, focus on, like, you know, your main, like I said in the previous videos too, your main job is to be a Marine, even as a reservist. Okay, and when you're called upon, you gotta go. So PT, don't be a fat body. A lot of reservists are fat bodies. Shoot, because that goes a lot into your cutting score. Okay, and try to study up on what's going on in the world. You know, think about it this way. How embarrassing is it to be a Marine, have people know that you're a Marine, all right, and not know how to shoot, not know how to freaking PT for your life, and not know anything about the world. I don't claim to know anything about the world, but guess what? At least I have an idea of what's going on. At least have an idea. Do you want to be that guy who gets embarrassed? It happens a lot, especially in the reserves. That's why there's such a bad name for reserves. That's why there's a lot of bad things that are said to reservists from civilians. Be a Marine and focus on your green side stuff, because that's what makes you a basically trained Marine, okay? Or at least a Marine. That's the reality, guys. And for those of you guys who are in, that's just something that I think it's a good idea to keep in mind. So that's about it. So the main things that we actually do is, okay, we get familiar. We obviously have to get familiar with the jobs that we do, our MOSs, okay, and we get some sort of training every weekend. Usually, we PT, we catch up on annual Marine Corps stuff, and we drive around a lot, and we also probably, a lot of people sit in the smoke pit a lot. But that's about it, guys. That's what a typical drill weekend is like. I don't want to film myself on base because OPSEC, obviously, I don't want people to know what unit I'm part of. I don't want anybody knowing what base I'm on or the locations on the base, okay? So, I'm not gonna do a day in the life if you guys are asking me already. I already see that coming. But that's about it, guys. I can share stories, but that's just one thing I just kind of don't want to do. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys liked the video, thumbs up. If you guys didn't, thumbs down. I don't give a fuck. Stay sharp, be safe, and remember, keep playing these skills. Thanks for watching. Oorah.